Welcome to Monday Night TPK. Hey, welcome back. This is Monday Night TPK. My name is Kyle, and you are listening to a real play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition podcast. I feel like I forgot something. I just put it in the wrong order. That's fine. We're currently going through the Tomb of Annihilation. We've only really seen one true tomb, and boy, did it almost annihilate these guys. So, it's living up to its name.
I mean, only like 3/5 of the party.
I didn't see a body.
That's the majority.
I'm just saying. Rickster was fine.
Okay, thank you. So around me at the table, are four very sassy people who are wearing their sass pants especially tight tonight. Ryan, why did you choose to wear your sassy pants to the table tonight?
I'm not sassy. I'm witty. There's a difference.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Okay. Matt, you seem to be wearing sassy pants that are at least 3 sizes too small. Can I please ask you why that is?
They're always on and they're always that tight.
Yikes.
Just paint it on.
Samantha.
What?
Yeah, they are.
What color are your sassy pants?
They are hot pink because they are sassy.
Nice.
Oh, snap. Dana, what would you like to say about your sassy pants?
I'm not wearing sassy pants because I'm wearing a skirt.
I can't argue with that. Folks, Dana is not, in fact, wearing a sassy pants. She's wearing a sassy skirt.
Which doesn't have the same... It
With
doesn't...
shorts underneath.
Is that a skort?
It's a skirt, technically.
Dana's wearing a skort.
Skirt.
You're such a girl.
Skirt.
Because you accuse someone wearing a sassy skirt, it's kind of promiscuous.
Whoa.
I mean, sure, but why
You're
not?
making assumptions about
Wow.
their sexuality based upon their clothing, Ryan? That is inappropriate.
Probably.
I'm so lost.
Hey, cool. So, Sam, how about
Okay.
you help us find ourselves? Help us reach deep down into our lost and misguided souls, and tell us just what the heck happened last week.
Hold on.
I thought you were gonna fart.
No!
I don't know why. That was
Probably
right.
because it was like this. Waiting.
Hold on tight. This is gonna launch me off my seat.
Wait a minute.
Now I've got a bunch of stuff I want to put at the end of this episode. I may have to cut them into future stuff.
Yeah, you were running out last night for stuff, so...
It's true. I had nothing last night.
Okay. So, in episode 43, Gilly attempted to program the Shield Guardian to look out for danger. Then after making loud noises, Gilly instructed it to sit down and watch instead of march around the camp. The Shield Guardian then sat in the middle of camp with its head rotating 360 degrees. And Gilly went back to bed. Rickster attempted to make conversation with the Shield Guardian, with no response. Ravane examined the Shield Guardian and found it is old and covered in bird poop. The rest of the night was uneventful. Morning routines commenced. Iku went out into the jungle to scavenge. Brielle tagged along. Iku found some wild roots and informed Brielle that they remove poison if you can get the juice out of them and apply it to the poisoned area affected. Iku and Brielle came back to camp and let us know that we have gone as far as we can but via the river, but we have to now go on land, and it's 5 to 6 days travel on land to Oralunga, but we will also be traveling close to Umbala, where the hag lives. So the question was raised, do we kill the hag? The answer, maybe. Rixer suggested that we have a dinosaur pull our stuff. Gilly suggested the Shield Guardian carry our stuff. So we went with that plan, and Rixer suggested we made a backpack, which was genius. So we started making the backpack and found that the Shield's Guardian's name was Vorn. And then after we made the backpack and kind of strung it around Vorn a little bit, we installed a quick release rope for the backpack in case he needs to get into some combat. Vorn got all packed up and we headed into the jungle. Shortly after we embarked, about 2 to 3 hours to be specific, a snake dropped down and wings appeared out from its back, 3 to 4 feet above our heads, and it flew gently around us. Gilly asked Brielle if that snake was in the book. It was a very tiny, bright-colored flying serpent with white feathery wings. Iku talked to it and allowed it to wrap itself around her arm. And she mentioned that it's a flying snake, but it's friendly, ? We continued on until it was time to make camp. We made camp and evening routines commenced. Iku told Brielle that Umbala was about 2 to 3 days away. And Vorn again helped with watches overnight. That night went peacefully, morning came, and routines commenced. Iku led the way out. The rain began steadily picking up as we left camp, and picked up until it reached torrential downpour status, and stayed that way for a while. A thick mud was generated, which made it a little bit difficult to travel through. Gilly got a ride from Rixer to no longer battle the mud, and there was some misery, but we kept it together. Brielle kept a vigilant watch as we moved forward, and then a large amount of jungle foliage. Wow.
Leafy dicks.
Leafy, yes.
Yes.
That was a difficult word. Launched out at Brielle. It's a shambling mound. It engulfed Brielle. To be continued.
Dun, dun, dun. Thank you very much, Sam, for those phenomenal notes. So, before we start getting too many angry people angry, yes, I did misread the engulfability of the shambling mound. I did not use it correctly. Technically speaking, it was probably not fair to Brielle. But you know what? It made for great dramatic tension and an episode ender, so it stays.
We discussed it pre-hand too, and I am okay with it, so he's not being an a-hole.
I mean, I was more than willing to just be an a-hole.
I think that's worth a point of inspiration.
I think Matt already had a point of
I
inspiration.
do have one, so he can give me one, but it's not going to do anything.
Alright, so guys, the rain is coming down. Iku has been leading you through this barely decipherable, just barely seen path. I can't talk tonight.
Me either.
OMG, all of a sudden, a bush ate Brielle. What are we going to do about it besides, roll initiative?
I mean, we could not.
Kick his butt.
Well, tell you what, I need you to roll initiative,
Oh.
regardless of what you choose to do.
That was an actual saying goal.
Yeah, I'm telling you to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Alright, 20 or higher?
I got 20.
You got 20?
Yep.
Alright, so that will be Brielle with 20. 15 to 20? Crickets. Cool. 10 to 15? Dana?
11.
Alright.
Man, I thought that I would be last.
This is a thing of beauty. 5 to 10? Sam?
7.
Sam got 7?
5.
So we have 7 is going to be Gilly. Actually, Iku tied your 7.
It's like these
Wow.
randomly roll numbers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Gilly, then
Yeah.
Iku.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to have your Shield Guardian act on your initiative
Sounds good.
as you command it, or don't command it, depending on what we're doing here. And then you had 5, correct, Ryan?
Yes.
Gravy. So I feel like the Shambling Mound had a chance to move, basically a surprise round already, and it is now back to the top of the initiative. Hey, Brielle,
Yeah.
you're inside this stinking, rotting
So gross.
mound of, I don't know,
Shambles.
plant.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do about it, buddy?
Am I blinded by this thing?
You are blinded and deafened
suffocating, right?
and suffocating.
Okay.
You got several rounds before you're gonna worry about the suffocation.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't really speak either. You got a mouthful of like gross.
Gross. All right. So, the being blind eliminates one of my plans. So, I guess I am going to try to pull myself free
Sure. Give me
and get out
a.
of there.
You can give me a either acrobatics or what's the other one?
Strength.
Strength would be or the other one.
Athletics. Or
Athletics. Jeez.
acrobatics.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's not bad. That's a 14.
That is interestingly enough the exact number you needed.
No joke.
Fun fact. So you begin to like slowly. You begin to slowly pull yourself out. As you do, you're kind of like just grabbing at anything you can, because you got bare minimum here. So you're gonna succeed. But like it takes a few like handfuls, and you're trying to force yourself not to panic and choke on this green goo that's rotting all over your face. You do realize there's another body in here.
Oh no.
But you kind of keep your wits to you, and you realize you're saving yourself right now.
Right.
And you manage to like just pull yourself free, and you find yourself on the opposite side of this thing. So it is essentially between you and the party.
Okay. That takes my action to pull myself out, right?
Yeah, that's basically your action.
I would like to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark it though.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I mean
sure.
that's pretty much all I have left. So
Okay. So it has been marked.
laying in the mud.
All right.
Eyes glow.
So
Her hair is also like glowing gold now. She's very aggressive and angry.
I'm gonna assume you're also probably like prone right now, just because you're
Yeah, she would. I would say
You're crawling out of
because she probably pulled herself through the mud and the muck to
Yeah.
get out of there. That's how I visualized it anyway.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
We're on the same page there.
I'd say she's
All right. So the mound is now next, and it definitely knows that like it's now empty and it wants to be full again.
Yeah, it does.
So it is gonna.
There's like 3 other ones I didn't say. I just
Fill it
had
up.
to
Fill it up, Kyle.
The
put some meat in it.
thank you. I'm gonna, for visualization purposes, assume that when you guys were walking, you were basically all like single file behind each other, really close.
Probably.
So you're all right next to this thing. Just because there hasn't been time to maneuver away from it, the rain is coming down. For that matter, any ranged attacks, I guess there's some exceptions, but you may have some negatives, some penalties if you're going to try to do them. Just FYI, but we'll discuss that as we get there because of the heavy rain. But I rolled a random die, and Ruvain,
Oh no.
you're gonna make a new friend. He's got tentacles. He's got a lot of tentacles.
Alright.
He likes your clothes.
Maybe I should call them tendrils.
Mm-hmm.
This first one is going to be a 25 to hit. It's going to slam its meaty appendage against you. Do you have anything to stop it from?
Not that much.
Cool. Holy crap. That can't be right. I just know I'm doing this math right. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Ow.
no.
Yeah, it's gonna do it again.
Okay.
Will a 17 hit you?
I could cast shield, but that would make my AC 17.
Which makes it equal
Yeah.
anyways.
Neat.
I didn't have a chance to cast mage armor.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
And here's the fun thing. Because both of its attacks hit,
I'm grappled.
you are now engulfed. It just slams 2 tendrils into Ruvain and just sucks him inside of it.
No.
It makes a burbling noise.
Screw you, Matt. I'm taking Druid.
Let's see if Ryan can lose another character
We
tonight.
can have 2 druids if I die.
Hey, Rixer.
Yep.
Um,
I'm pretty sure we're not going to play anywhere near the same character.
I got a feeling, Rixer, you may or may not be aware that Brielle just like escaped along the backside of this thing because it's large size, it's raining, a lot of chaos. But you definitely saw Ruvain get just like sucked into it after being knocked out.
Oh yeah, I gotta take the axe to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is going to be math 22.
That's a hit.
For math. 11 points of damage.
You cut some vines, in several sections just kind of like that are writhing, just kind of like hit the ground and kind of writhe around for a second before going still.
Okay. Okay, continue.
Sorry. I realize I may have to put Iku into like full usage, and I wanted to get her my notes out for her. As opposed to her just being a heal bot in the
Right.
background. Hey Gilly,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
Excellent. So looking at this mound, its size comparison in regards to my shield guardian, like,
They're about the same size, actually.
oh, they're about the same size.
I mean, this is a matter of like height versus girth. Like this thing is probably only 6 feet high, but it's like 10 feet around. Like
Okay.
it's, whereas your shield guardian is like 9 feet tall, but relatively humanoid in
Right.
dimensions.
It's
Right.
a chode.
It's a chunk.
Oh, God. Okay, so I don't want to use my original plan then. I don't want to, nope. Okay. I'm just gonna have... Is it, like, actively trying to suck in Rixer's axe?
No, Richter swung his axe, cut off some chunks.
Okay.
It squirmed a little bit when the pieces fell
Yes.
off. God damn it, Dana.
Okay. I will go, Vorn punch! And he will attempt to punch it.
Sure. So you give him the. So are you telling him just to punch, or are you telling him to attack this thing? What is the exact command you're giving him? Is it literally
Oh.
one punch?
Vorn, punch the mound!
Okay.
Okay.
So he's kind of like doing his own. And your turns might be a combination of your stuff and his stuff, but action economy is more or less the same.
Okay.
So you can make an attack roll with Vorn.
Okay. 19.
That's a hit.
Ten bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It definitely is bludgeoned.
Okay.
It does some damage.
Yeah. Now back up so it doesn't suck you in too.
Just give me 10 points of damage. So
Ask him to step back. Step back 10 feet.
it backs up 10 feet, and the mound's actually going to use its reaction
Yeah.
to take a swing at him. You got his stats in front of you, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm gonna pay attention to him. It's gonna do 7. I'm sorry. It takes a 17 to hit.
It got 17.
Yes.
That will hit.
All right. Cool. So Vorn is going to take. Wow. Now I'm rolling crappy on my damage. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Me being farther away. Oh. Oh no. I was still on your shoulder.
Hmm.
That doesn't really change anything. Like, you can still be on Rix's shoulders,
Okay.
Well,
but like, because Vorn's in its own space doing its own thing.
Right, but I'm talking about on my action, because now I get my own turn, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
like I guess the way that I was picturing Gilly sitting on Rick's shoulder was like sitting here, like
Okay.
feet facing forward, so you can kind of just like jump / slide off
Okay.
easily, and
She's
you'd
more
still
the size
be
of a small child, not a fairy.
yeah, but I'm
A small child's not gonna be able to sit on your
well,
shoulder.
no, like this. I mean, also Rick's gonna have a lot bigger shoulders than I do for demonstrating. But so like what? Like a kid's butt is gonna be like that big?
I think
Yeah.
an orc.
Maybe with broad work shoulders.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
I think
yeah, I
orc
guess I
pull
can
off.
see it, yeah.
Yeah. And then be able to just slide down.
Okay.
And you're still in the same space, but that's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so Gilly's gonna flip her legs around, slide down, and go kind of behind you,
Okay.
and then cast Sacred Flame on the mound. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity is not really its strong suit. Yeah, it gets a total of 2.
Excellent.
On
Uh,
the flat.
6 radiant damage.
Good thing it's radiant damage.
Radiant fire.
Um,
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Can I see any part of Ravain's body at all?
no, he is fully engulfed.
Crap. Okay.
All right, Iku. Darts forward. Are death saves considered to be saving throws?
They are saving.
They're
Yes,
death
yes.
saves, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. I gotta make some notes on Iku here. To get track of her spell slots. Oh yeah, by the way, she has spell slots. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know you're shocked. She is going to go forward and cast Bless.
Yeah.
It's a first level spell. She can only pick 3 creatures.
Yeah.
But she is going to pick Ruvain
Can she?
within range.
Okay.
Mhm.
Does it indicate visual though?
Nope.
It does. And I was rereading
Okay.
it. I was rereading it.
I thought it did. That's why I was like,
Let's see here.
Does not
I
require
bless up to
visual.
3 creatures of your choice within range, and
Yeah.
then what it does. So
nice.
you're all within range. So she's
Yeah,
going to bless
so-
Ruvain, Brielle, and Gilly,
Sweet.
and is going to tell Rixer, I am confident that you can take care of yourself strongly.
Sounds good.
So that's Iku's turn, casting Bless. And you guys, if you don't know, you're going to have a D4 that you can add. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. But unfortunately, Rixer's...
Oh, that's right. Rick's
Yeah, Rixer's not doing that.
tuck that away.
Okay. Now we're at Ruvain, and I'm reading this several times. You must succeed on a Constitution save, but you're currently
I cannot do it.
unconscious, so you're gonna take the damage
Right.
but essentially it becomes an automatic death failure, right? I mean, that's really all it is.
Alright.
And now you get to make a death save with an extra d4 and hope you don't roll a 1.
Well, I just rolled it twice during tests, so.
Alright, see what you can do.
That's an 18.
Alright, so you are
1 success.
1 success, but you do have a failure against you because
Yeah.
of the previous damage. Neat. Back to the top with Brielle.
Alright. Man, alright. So, she's currently prone. So, the first thing she's going to do is take half her movement to stand up.
Sure.
So she was on the ground. This thing's big. She didn't see it consume Ravane, right?
I would assume no.
Okay. So she doesn't know what's in there. He's in there. So I'm gonna say that she's just gonna take. She's gonna take a shot at it with her arrows. I don't know how I want to do this. It's a plant.
It sure is.
Plants tend to usually not like fire, but it's raining. Do I think that fire would still hurt it at all? Can I make a check to assume?
Give me a nature check.
Cause I can't remember if actually these are weak against fire or not. It's not great. It's okay though. You said nature check?
Yes.
Oh good, I am trained in that. So that's 14.
You have, I don't know if Brielle has necessarily encountered a shambling mound, but she's definitely heard of them. They are resistant to fire.
Resistant to fire.
Because that's what's on her mind.
I guess she's going to just take a couple shots at it. Or, well, we don't have 2 shots yet. We're only level 3. So she's going to, she's just going to take a shot at it with her longbow.
Okay. I would say that because of the pouring rain, distances would be halved, but it's like right in front of you.
But
So-
yeah, she's going to only make sure she's not within the 5 foot. So she'll like get up and then make sure she's backed away a little bit.
I mean, it's already taken its...
Yeah, it took its reaction, so she's
Reaction.
taking advantage of that. I'd say I'm about 15 feet away.
Okay.
But I mean, I could shoot an arrow 150 feet.
Yeah, you're fine.
So 13 on the die, that's not bad. That's a 19.
Up to hit.
Let's see, it's Hunter's Marked. Shoot. No, I dropped my die. I should have done that before. I'll do it here at the end. It's okay. That is 11 damage.
Okay. And you got your hunter's mark and everything in there?
Yep. And I forgot to do this, but I'm just going to do it now because it's a bonus action. I'm going to use my Slayer's Prey on it,
Okay.
which is my class feature. So it's essentially like Hunter's Mark, but I don't have to concentrate on it.
Okay.
So it's just an extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
That I get to add.
Cool. Alright.
And it's way more limited.
The mound is up. And it is going to engage with Rixer because Rixer just engaged with it.
Mhm.
So it is going to make an attack roll. The first one is going to be a 25 to hit.
That sure will hit.
The second one is going to be a failure. I'm certain of that. So 14 points of bludgeoning damage
Mm-hmm.
is all it is going to do, Rixer.
Alrighty then.
But Rixer, it is now your turn.
Okay. Let's give it the same axe treatment.
Alright. Treat it real nice.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be 22.
To hit.
I don't know why I'm having such a hard time today. And almost max damage with a 13.
Nice.
And then, just for the heck of it, let's action surge.
Do it.
Yeah.
gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. I think bless works for attack rolls, right?
I don't have bless.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You were the exemption.
You can add it to attack rolls. So.
And that's going to be a 21.
That's a hit.
With 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Totally worth it.
You are definitely hacking and slashing at this thing, just like you're pruning a hedge, so to speak. Let me roll a percentile die here.
There's one of these guys that's not helping this
But you cannot find or see Ruvain yet.
Okay.
And
I'm
next
pretty
up is
sure.
Gilly.
Okay. Born, reach in there and pull out Ruvain.
That's what I wanted to do, but I had a feeling I didn't see him.
Target not seen.
Born, reach into the shambling mound and feel for a body. When you got one, pull it out.
So it closes the distance back with the creature, and it's gonna make a slam attack against it,
Okay.
essentially. So
Okay.
why don't you roll me the damage for that? Or roll me the attack roll for that.
Oh, I'm gonna fist damage it?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe it's called slam. I
Gonna
think. Oh,
fist
it is called fist, isn't it?
Yeah, you said slam attack and I thought the shambling mound was attacking me. I'm like, he
No,
has
no, I'm
legendary
sorry.
actions, question mark?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Ugh.
Your guy is literally fisting it. Okay,
Yeah. I
that's
didn't,
what the attack is called.
I didn't say it at first for
That's
reasons.
fine.
16.
That's a hit.
Excellent.
Roll me damage.
Okay.
Ruvain just comes flying out the other side. Brielle's over there.
I'm
like,
awake
what?
now.
11. Bludgeoning damage.
Give me a percentile die.
Yay. $54.
He doesn't see, like, you're watching your construct here. He doesn't seem to have found Ruvain inside this thing. Sorry.
Damn it. Well, get your hand out of there.
He retracts his hand.
Just stand there.
He just stands there.
Taking all bets. I'm dead next turn.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame it again.
Alright, it is going to get a 16?
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
Really? You're a little bit distracted
Yeah.
trying to command you're not used to commanding a construct to do your bidding, while at the same time targeting your holy fire. Iku steps forward with her essentially quarterstaff of a walking stick. Iku is going to make an attack roll. Oh my god, Iku, you suck. She got a total of 8 to hit it.
Oof.
Yeah, and she's got a decent attack roll too. Swing and a miss. Hey Ruvain, you're gonna get a fail,
I failed one death save.
but you got a +4 or a D4 rather.
That's true.
Can you use inspiration on this?
You saw that, right?
No, I can't see that part. My glasses are off.
So that's a 5 on the die. Let's see what that D4 helps me out here. Guys, your veins dead.
Do you have any inspiration?
I do have a point of inspiration.
Use
You
it.
do. Use it.
Before I tell you if it's failure.
17.
All right.
And you still get to add bless to it too, if
20.
that
But
matters.
and then it passes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the 17
So you're tied 2 and 2 right now, essentially.
Yeah. And when I start my next turn, I'm dead.
Neat.
Dead, real dead down
D
here.
D. Ryan, why do your characters keep dying?
I don't know. It's like the DM hates me.
That's 100% true. Hey Brielle.
Yes.
So, whether or not you realize that, well, okay, you would have heard Gilly shouting,
Yep, that's
find
what I'm
him or
hoping.
whatever.
Yeah.
So you maybe can guess. You can try looking around. You don't see Ruvain and connect that.
I'm going to run up to it and try to pull him out. And how I want to do this.
Okay.
So I don't want to just pull him out with strength. I want to reach in there
You
and
pull
I
out
want
with
to.
charisma?
Nope. I want to reach in there and I want to
Get out of
feel
there.
for his clothes specifically because he probably dresses pretty nice and fancy like a wizard,
I did.
high elf.
Uh-huh.
I want to feel for that. Probably the silk that's on him somewhere.
Okay.
Cloak, his tunic, whatever. I want to feel for that and I want to grab it.
Give me... Man, I gotta think of how the hell to rationalize this and do mechanics. Essentially, I'm gonna... When I rationalize this with Vorn, it was making a fist attack. It
Right.
punched it and then reached in, and because it hit, I had Sam do a percentile to find him, right?
I'm essentially sifting around in a bush.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like an equivalent that you might have. Give me just, because you're using your hands,
Mm-hmm.
give me an attack roll just using your strength and proficiency.
That's pretty good. That's a plus my proficiency as well.
Yes.
So that's going to be a 22.
Alright. First of all, what is your strength plus your...
My strength plus my proficiency?
No, what is just your strength?
Just my strength is a +4.
Okay, so he's taking 5 points of damage, essentially. Because of 1 plus your
Right.
strength. So I'm just adding up,
Yeah.
nickel and diming your damage here for you.
Yeah.
Give me a roll me a percentile.
That is a 55.
Okay. Roll any die and tell me if it's odds or evens.
Any die.
Yeah, I just want odd or even.
Well, let's just do D4 because that's the easiest. That's 4.
Neat. You grab hold of a very fine piece of silk cloth.
She is going to then, once she grabs a hold of that, she's going to use her base step
Okay.
and she's going to port onto the other side where everybody else is at. Probably about a good 10 feet from the shambling mound. When she does this, since I'm in her summer form,
Uh-huh.
it's going to take 1 fire damage because it's within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
And then she can port any creature that is within 5 feet away from me. So she's moving that
Yep,
essentially
I got you.
I'm moving Ravine
Well,
because I have to touch the person. Oh wait, no, I don't think she takes fire damage because that's a different. Hold on.
it was 1 point. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
It has
So
enough
she's
health,
going
that's
to
not a question.
teleport. She touches the creature, teleports them
You're not going to love this.
to
I'm
the
sorry.
target.
So you definitely teleport. But once you come to the other side, you don't have Ravine. You have what looks to be a badly decomposed halfling in very fine silk robes.
Freaks Gilly right out.
Sorry, Ryan.
I tried without having to pull you out specifically.
Because I do have written down wizard is what this poor halfling was. That wasn't just me trying to screw with you. Like, it's right here.
Sing has an appetite for wizards. It's fine.
The mound is now going to take its turn, and it seems to be locked in mortal combat with an orc. It's going to take a swing. Its first one is going to be a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Its second one is going to be another failure.
I keep on not being able to use my one ability because it keeps attacking me. Obviously, I'm like
Stop
right
attacking
there,
it,
but
and it might change targets. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
cool.
Is Rixer looking like he's been beat up a lot? A little?
Just over halfway through.
Okay.
But you know that he's also can really push through.
Yeah, so you've definitely been tussling with like a rose bush, but like
Mm-hmm.
you're not like gashing blood out of any.
No.
Okay.
All right, Gilly.
Yes.
It's you and your buddy's turn.
Okay.
Brielle is furiously signing, pull him out. Pull him out.
I'm working on it. Vorn! Reach your hand in there and pull out a body.
Give me a fist attack.
I mean, he might.
Natural 20.
Oof. It's gonna
So,
be 4.
27.
That's a hit. Plus, give me the 4d6.
Yeah. 1, 5, 10, 16 bludgeoning damage.
Percent out, please.
25.
I wanted this as much as you do, but I'm sorry. Like,
Can I use my inspiration to re-roll my percentile die?
I'll give it to you.
Great.
I think, strict speaking, no, but it's a fun use of the mechanics, so why the heck not, right?
99.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure that's the 9, right?
Just say
Am
that
I
it is.
crazy? It is. It's the 9.
Yeah.
It grabs hold of something, and I didn't make. Well, Matt used magic. Give me a athletics check. It's not really just a d20 plus 4 for its strength.
15.
It is able to break the escape DC and pull Ruvain. It's got a hold of his like calf and is like holding him upright upside down.
Okay.
And it has now done what it was told, and it is holding him just in the air with its one hand just up above the mound.
Okay. Bring him to me. Now.
You're like right next to him, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Let
you
him-
don't want him to move.
You
He's
didn't
got
move
a,
Put him down next to me.
the shambling mouse got a reaction. You don't want him to.
I mean, he regenerates the damage that's been done to him.
But
Already.
still,
But,
the
okay.
chances that he takes Remain back.
Yes. Put him down over here, and I point a little bit away from me, but still within touching.
It like completely just turns at the
Gently.
waist without moving its feet.
Excellent.
Just like rotates like on like clockwork.
Like a He-Man toy.
Yeah. And
Gently.
unceremoniously drops Ruvain. Less than 10 feet.
We
So that's
gotta-
fine.
We gotta hear it like no. And then immediately my hands collapse onto Ruvain, 2nd level cure wounds.
Alright.
$15 points of health.
Sorry. And that resets all death saves.
Yeah.
That was really close, Ryan.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That was tense.
Iku didn't have anything to get you out of there.
Oh, I know.
Alright, it is now Iku's turn. Gilly, that was quite impressive.
Thank you.
I was worried there, but you pulled that off miraculously. Now, to this son of a bitch. And she is gonna thwack it real hard with her staff, or at least attempt to. Hey, here we go. She can do damage now. That's gonna be a total of 24 to hit. And Iku does 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Alright, cool. Hey, Ruvain, the world is the one that you can breathe in and be conscious.
Just like,
Pretend like your dad.
What you doing, buddy?
Okay.
For the love of God, stay close. And don't go back in there.
Well, let's do mirror image on myself here.
Mirror image.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Good call.
So, Ravine kind of blurs and it's like vision. What's the word I'm looking for? Duplicates of himself, kind of going in and out.
But like you, a vision of Ravine stays right there, correct?
Yeah, nothing moves.
Okay.
It's just it's a protection thing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
There's just several more of him now.
Great.
All right, back to the top. Brielle, you could definitely see that Ravine was unceremoniously pulled from this mound while you have got this decomposing body.
Alright. Brielle's gonna toss that to the side
Thump into the wet mud.
into the wet mud. She's going to focus her eye on this thing, and she's got one eye's got that hunter's mark symbol on it right now. The other one changes to a purple, another kind of symbol, and she's going to cast. I mean, she doesn't cast this. This is a class ability, but she's going to use Hunter's Sense
Okay.
on this thing. It's going to take my action, but I can immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. If the creature is hidden from divination magic, you sense that it has no magic immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Sure. It is resistant to cold and fire. It is immune to lightning. And you're only looking for damage resistance and damage immunities, right?
Damage immunities has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Okay, so it's not condition immunities you're looking for.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yep, those are it. Damage resistant to cold and fire, damage immunity to lightning. The end.
Okay. So it doesn't have the bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Now, previous editions, when it came to fighting plant-like creatures, I think maybe did have stuff like that.
Did they?
But I don't.
I thought
This does not.
Does not? I thought it did. Okay,
I
that's
heard,
good.
I heard you whisper that to Sam.
Yeah, I was worried we were only doing half damage, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna get rough real fast.
Alright.
So
That was your action.
damage immunity. Use lightning. Okay. Right now I really don't have anything to do with my bonus action, so she's just going to, if Gilly's not paying attention, she's gonna do something to get Gilly's attention, and then start signing that it's resist to cold, fire, and immune to lightning.
Gilly just verbally vomits that out.
Vomit successful.
What?
Alright, the mound is up. It's going to take a swing at Rixer. Because its belly sure is a rumbling and grumbling.
And now it's completely empty.
Before I had a snack left over.
At
But
least, yeah.
Throw the snack back in.
first one's going to miss. This might hit you. This is going to be a 16 to hit.
It does not hit.
Alright, it swings at you wildly and just sort of flails around.
Cool.
Rixer, please do the same.
No, I will not.
Reminder,
I mean,
you are
I might,
samurai,
actually,
you can
because-
get advantage on your attack rolls.
Yeah. Because of that being a bonus action, which you can technically do anytime, would I be able to roll and then decide to do a bonus action and then roll my inspiration?
I'm sorry, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I have this ability as a bonus action. I get advantage on a weapon attack till the end of the turn, and I gain 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
It's a bonus action, which you can technically do at any point in your turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I roll, have not told you the result, okay, and it's bad, can I use my bonus action to do that, which would then make it so I can have advantage and roll again?
I'm going to say that you can't do that. Like once you declare your attack action, you need to complete the attack action, which might be
Okay.
a failed roll or
Okay.
maybe a successful roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is that Ryan? You're giving me a
Oh, no,
Well,
it was just worded weird. I know what you're saying.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Well,
got
that's
it.
fair.
Yeah, he did word it here.
Yeah. So I rolled a 1 then.
Oof.
I'm sorry. Roll me a percentile.
Oh no. Oh no.
85.
You miss. Nothing bad happens.
I know what Kyle's gonna do.
I want to have
Not
stuff
my axe.
stuck in this guy. Hey, Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
What you up to?
Shield Guardian, punch it.
Okay. Let's see if it
Steps on
does.
the gas.
It goes faster.
23.
That's a hit.
13 bludgeoning damage. Ruvain, are you looking as though you could stand up and do battle, or are you looking a little green?
Oh, the healing that Gilly gave Ruvain was over half his HP, so.
Okay. She will cast Preserve Life and cast on both. It's everybody within, or people within 30 feet. 5 times my cleric level, so 15. Let's give you, Rixer, 7.
Okay.
And you, Ruvain, 6.
Cool.
Did I do that math right? No. You, Ruvain, 8. Because 8 plus 7
That's almost full.
is 15. Because math is hard. And that will be my turn.
Alright, cool. Iku is going to take a swing at this thing with her staff. Oh my god, Iku does horribly. Iku is going to swing and miss. Unbelievable. I'm really not trying to nerf her for the sake of getting you guys more XP. Like, she just sucks. Ruvain, what you doing, buddy?
Let's, I think I'm gonna cast a spell.
Really?
I think I'm gonna do some, automatic damage to this thing with magic missile.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I think I'm gonna use my other second level spell slot to do so.
You're like, F this thing.
Wait, how do you do magic missile? Is it 4D, all the D4s, or is 1D4 multiplied 4 times?
I've always rolled individual d4s for each
Okay.
missile. And then plus 1 for each one,
That's not
obviously.
roll. I should have kept that. That was a 4. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 10 plus 4 is 14.
Very good.
Well, 14.
It is looking real beat up.
Just lots of pew 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 pew. I'm not worried about moving because I have my mirror images up. So
Yeah, it is. It's got gaping holes in it at this point. You guys can see there's nobody else in there, body wise. It's starting to turn a little bit brown, starting to shrivel a little bit. It's looking real rough. Brielle, back to the top, and round 5 with you.
Wow, it's been 5 rounds?
I know.
Alright. She's gonna just start taking shots.
Shots,
Tequila.
shots,
Shots.
shots. Everybody.
That's pretty good. Oh, pretty good. That is going to be. What it was. So that is a 21.
That's a hit.
Ugh, 2 1s in there. Gross. This is the worst damage ever. 4. Oh, that's only 8 damage.
I'm sorry, how much?
8 damage.
8
3
damage.
dice in that attack, and I got 8 damage, and my bonus is +4. Wow.
It is barely holding itself together.
Wow.
It is. It is a very, very few number of hit points away from being dead.
Yeah, I probably could have killed it if I wouldn't roll crappy.
Probably.
Probably.
It's
yeah.
pretty low. But he gets to make another round and another attack roll, or possibly two, against Rixer.
I mean, an arrow
Come on.
going through this thing.
17 to hit?
A lot of
Yep.
damage. Makes sense.
So that's the first attack. Second attack is going to be... Ooh, that's my friend. So first attack is going to be crappy damage. 8 points of bludgeoning damage for the first one. The second one... 11 points of damage for my flippin' crit.
Cool.
Oh, and because both of them hit, you are now grappled, and there's not a lot of it left to engulf you with, but you're totally like sucked into what's left of it.
Okay.
Neat. So you guys see Rixer get just pulled into this wilting little flower.
And he's somehow even bigger and even greener.
Gilly,
Yeah.
what are you doing for your round 5?
Gilly is going to say, "You can't have my friends!" And
Aww.
guiding bolted.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, nice setup.
17 plus 5.
That's a hit.
Oh.
That's how I felt.
Do I add a thing to that?
No.
8.
No.
Oh. 8 radiant damage?
Yeah.
So Rixer falls and gets sucked into this thing, and Gilly comes along, screaming at it to not eat her friends, and just like, Kamehameha's it basically, blowing it to smithereens and shards and burnt. You guys smell some burnt wood basically.
It sparkles with radiant.
It is a
Explosion.
glorious explosion of light
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
and glitter.
Glorious viscera.
And Rixer just kind of like flops over, like totally unrestrained.
Yeah, Rixer is actually gonna take a second to get up and kind of just like be on one knee and just be like, that was tough.
Brielle's gonna come over
And-
and extend a hand to help him.
And Rixer will like put on a good face, but like because you're holding his hand, you can tell that he's shaky. I have 1 hit point left.
Gilly's coming to heal. 2nd level cure wounds.
Actually, don't worry about it. Since I'm already touching you, I'll drop one.
Cool.
What is the level 1 cure wounds? Is it a D6?
D8.
D8. 1D8?
Mage armor.
That's pretty good. Do you add anything to that?
Your spellcasting ability modifier.
So we're good then.
Which is...
I mean, the shambling mound is
You get,
destroyed.
8 health.
Nice.
I'm gonna still help.
I'm if it's not too out of the blue here, I'm curious about my fallen colleague there.
Yeah, he has. I mean, it's a halfling. It's
Tell me your secrets.
Thank you.
kind of like unceremoniously flopped into the mud, kind of off to next to where Brielle is. If you get close, you can see he's wearing some what were once very fine silk robes that are now torn and stained and ripped and in pretty poor condition. He has not been in there necessarily a exceptionally long time, because you can still make out a little bit of features, but like big parts of it, there's skull showing through his face. Like all the skin along his hands is gone. Like you can see parts where like whatever maybe acid is inside of this thing, like dissolved through parts of his cloak, and you can see his insides. It's pretty gruesome, but he definitely
Turn off a little bit.
still has a spell book
That's what I want.
that was like on a chain, like kind of around him. like a satchel maybe, and he's got a what do you call it, a scroll case, kind of like attached to his belt that kind of hides behind his back, and he's got two different pockets, like big pouches on his belt as well that seem to be intact. The spell book probably catches your eye first, and as soon as you start to pick it up, you're going to realize it's basically destroyed. It's soaked through. It is torn. It's mushy. I mean, you can't even hardly, like, the cover is in okay condition, and like the metal bindings that connected it to the chain are still in okay condition, but the pages are just gone. But the heavier, thicker leather of his scroll case and his pouches seems to be intact.
I will wait the appropriate amount of time for respecting the falling before.
Looting it.
I mean, come on, guys, it's a wizard.
Yeah. So after Brielle helps out Rixer, when she heals you, you get like a vine that wraps around your arm that sprouts leaves, and then you feel the healing go over you.
Insensitive.
As she
Just
does
got
that.
entangled.
Can't help what my spells do. So after that, she'll go over to where Ravain's at. Wizards tend to carry magical items on them. Is there anything that's gonna catch her eye that looks like it's not hurt by whatever acidic thing was inside? Like, does it have like wristbands or anything? Because magical items can't be destroyed by
I understand
stuff like that. So she's gonna just eye and see if he's got anything on him that.
Like in terms of like jewelry or trinkets, not really necessarily. Like I said, there's two pouches on his belt that are kind of like they're starting to get thin, like whatever acid
Right.
was dissolving it, but hasn't gotten through the leather.
Mhm.
But then it's the spell scroll case itself is like pristine.
Okay. So she was looking specifically at rings and necklaces and
Yeah,
things
nothing-
like that. She's gonna kind of look at Ravain, notice he's not doing anything, and then just rip the pouch off.
That is not the appropriate waiting times, madam.
She's gonna sign Desperate Times, and then sift through the pockets.
So I mean the
pouches.
The pouches are pretty easy to go through. You find 20 pieces of gold, 2 silver, and another 20 pieces of copper in terms of just like raw coinage.
What was that? 20 gold pieces.
2 silver and then 20 more copper.
Okay.
You find a folded up piece of paper and a folded in half drawing.
What's the drawing is going to catch your attention? What's the drawing?
Yep,
of?
she can open it up, and you're gonna find a picture of like a hand-drawn picture of a smiling halfling man and a smiling halfling woman, both holding and cradling a child.
Does this look like our terms of what a photograph would be?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So I can
Very highly detailed.
look at
sketch.
it, look at the man's face, look at what's left of his face. Same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brielle's gonna fold that up and pocket it so that nobody else sees it, specifically Gilly.
You get a point of inspiration for that.
I got one already. I almost used it during the fight, but I didn't need it. The folded paper, the other one.
Yeah.
I'll
So
unfold that.
you open it up and you kind of skim over it, and you realize it's a recipe for potato soup. And the bottom of it, it's got, or sorry, not the bottom, the top of it, it's like a letterhead, but it says Order of the Full Bellies.
Okay. Awesome. Is that it?
In the regular pouch,
In the
and
pouches?
then there's the scroll case.
Yeah. She'll walk away. She'll let him take the scroll case. She's gonna go over towards Gilly and hand her the recipe paper. Fold it up and hand it to her.
Okay. And open it up.
And she'll go and she'll sign before as you're opening it. You'll like this.
Oh, oh man, I gotta make some soup. Oh man, yeah. And she folds it back up and puts it safely, like in the special pouch of her backpack that is specifically for special things, mostly recipes.
All right, cool.
I will look in the scroll case.
The scroll case, you go to open it, and you can see that it's got like a flap that's folded over, and it's got like a, I don't know, kind of like a belt almost that kind of like goes through a loop. It doesn't seem to be like closed with any like a belt has like a little like tongue you stick through a hole kind of deal. It doesn't have anything like that, but you try to open it and it doesn't budge.
Is everybody okay with me taking the money and just putting it in group inventory? Because that's a divvying up.
Why don't you give me an investigation check about the whole thing? Because it's in your hands.
That's a 15.
Sure. So it's a very, very fine leather, immaculate condition. It looks like it's going to be designed to hold two scrolls kind of side by side. And on the flap, kind of like worked into the leather itself, is a poem.
Okay. All right then.
It's-
Keep your secrets.
It's written in Halfling. And you only gonna guess it's a poem because it's written in like a stanza format.
Well, thankfully, we have a expert on the Halfling language with us.
What are you gonna do?
Pay my respects, obviously, and take the tube to Gilly, ask her what it says, as I do not speak or read the Halfling language.
I mean, and it uses the common script, the same script as common,
Yep.
just a different language. Gilly, you can read it. It is indeed a poem. It says, "This is a root vegetable. It can be red, white, or green. It can make you cry a lot, even though it is not mean."
It's an onion.
It's an onion, yeah.
As soon as you say onion out loud, the clasp like opens.
Here you go.
Take the scroll and
And I just reiterate the poem
Yeah.
after I say it's an onion and hand it over. So it's an onion.
So you pull out two scrolls. They're in perfect condition. One is for false life. The other is for ray of sickness.
those are some pretty malicious spells. I will hold on to these because I can add them to my spell book at some point.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in your spell book when I picked it. So
Did you pick them randomly?
No.
Oh. I know sometimes, like, in the books, they're like, oh, roll randomly, or pick randomly, DM picks randomly, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, like, there is a loot table in here that lists like scrolls of like levels, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when I rolled the loot for that, I did roll that particular one, so I decided to like make it, the whole thing more interesting. So the rain is still coming down as you guys loot this corpse and
Respectfully.
respectfully loot
Some
this
of
corpse.
us.
Some of us. Pointing at Matt.
That wasn't me. That was Brielle.
Yeah, don't blame me.
Pointing at Brielle.
That's his character sheet. It's the Brielle's avatar in this real world. All right, folks. So I think we have come to an end of this week's episode. We didn't make it very far on this particular day, but I will give you guys some XP after we end session here and kind of get stuff wrapped up.
I don't think you got 6P last week.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He didn't the week before, but we got it all last week.
That's all for tonight. Thanks for listening. If you want to get to know us better, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Monday Night TPK. You can also find Monday Night TPK at Above the Table Games on YouTube. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. Thanks for listening, and we'll always save a seat at the table for you.
Nope.